Hello, my viewers. This is another day that I want us to continue working on our table that we've been dealing with. We've already done the grommets, we've already done the main table, and already done also the drawers, as you can see from the 3D view. This is what we've been doing. And today I want us to do the drawer handles. The handles are a bit complicated, but be patient. Take your time, go through my video. You can repeat as many times as you can, and finally you'll be able to achieve what we want. For us to do a handle, we need to do what we call macros. Macros can be read from the GDL scripts. This is what I showed you. You can read from here, macro objects. Macro objects are best when they are complex and they are reusable. You can be able to reuse them, and we normally use macros for handles, legs, such small things that are complex. So I'll be using what we call a macro. For you to use a macro, first you need to design your object like I've done here. Let's go around here. This is our handle. Our handle will have three sizes. We have the length, which is 152. We have width, which is 25, and thickness of 8. We also need a depth of the same of 8. The first thing to do is to make sure that we capture these parameters, and this is what we do. Come here, add more spaces here. You can write handle length, copy it on the other side, and then handle width, handle thickness, add one more, and that's all we need. Now put the sizes. This is 152. I want this 25 and a thickness of 8. Always remember to attach this. Those parameters should now match with those of the macros, as you'll see later as we work on the macro. Once you have the design that you have to create a totally new object. And we go here, I create new object. Then under the object subtype here, always make sure you select the macro. Enter. Macros should not be pressable, but for purposes of editing, I always like leaving this on. Otherwise, if you deselect this one and you are done with your object, it's very hard even to see where to come back and edit. So let's press that one. Let's come to parameters, add more, add handle width, handle length, handle thickness. Copy all of this, copy, 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 copy. This handle width you say 25, length is 152, thickness of 8. We also need to determine the material. So handle mat, come here, check the material, right handle. Let's go for metal bronze. You also need contour, handle pen, handle pen. And I like working with the bright one. Let's do this one on 73. click here. We said if you want to see the object on your screen, you have to write project 23272. Come to 3D. We design this. The drill will be the same. We are using the same prism. So let's do this. Let's go do the go subs as usual. 100. Call this handle and do an end. Then come here. You write 100 and then return. Then all your code will be inside the 100. So let's do the material first. Material is handle mat. Pen is handle pen. Then we design with a prism. We will determine the number of points once we are done. Let's do 5, and then our size or thickness is this one. Copy, do that, and continue. From our plan, I want us to assume a few things here. Let me do a colorful pen. Like we've always done, we'll assume that we have a Cartesian graph here, that and that. So this is our point 0, 0. So we have to determine each point is at what level depending on this 0. And we'll start with this corner. Instead of A's and B's, now we are using the handle width, the handle length to determine the chords. So let's do the first point. The first point would be minus handle. I know you know the drill right now. Divide by 2, and then minus handle width, divide by 2, 15. Let's go back. Between this point and this, that's our length, and between here and here, that's our width, and between here and here, that's our thickness. So keep tab of that. Remember, anything beyond this side, it's negatives. This is positives in terms of x. In terms of y, this is negative, this is positive. Always remember that. Come back here. We do point number 2. It will be the opposite of the first point. So this becomes a positive and the other one a negative. We do the third point. Third point is this corner. Let me just copy this. It's positive handle length and positive handle width. We go to the fourth point. Fourth point is here, where the handle length, where we will subtract handle thickness from the handle length. So come and copy handle thickness here. Handle minus the handle thickness. Handle width is correct. Copy this again. We come and pick this point here. It is the same in terms of x, but in terms of y, it's in the negative. It is handle length, then minus handle width divided by 2 plus our thickness. Copy this. We are now here. This point is the same as this, but in the opposite. So when you come to coding, this will be negative plus, and you are done. Copy this. In fact, you need to ask yourself about this other point. This point is the same as this. So just one step from the other one. So copy this. Again, reverse. This point is the same as this one, but in the reverse. Again, copy this. Let me check. Now we are on this point here. This point will be negative handle and positive handle. So we can copy this, and then we are back to the origin. So copy the first one. I'm rushing because at least by now you know what you're supposed to be doing. This is -1, and you can cross check. Let's check from our script. You can see too many parameters, so you need to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and put 9 here. And let's check. You can tell there's a small issue on the left side. So this is point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Point number 7 is not correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's look at it. It's handle length divided by 2 minus, that is correct. And then this is where we had it wrong. It is all the way to the end, so remove the handle thickness. It's positive, sorry. And there we are. Let's check the 3D for this. And that's our handle. Now, once this is done, let's save it. Control S for saving. Let's browse for our folder, the GDL, it's on the desktop, and create a new folder here, and you can even rename it. Sorry, let's delete this first. Let me get another one and rename macros. Double click and give this a file name. You can write drawer underscore handles. You must not separate these two words. It has to be one name, whether with an underscore, with a dot, that is acceptable, and click save. So for now, we have our handle, and we can go back to our desk. So again, go to our desk, and then now we create the handles. The handles will follow the same rules as our drawers. So we can copy our drawers. In order for one to use the macros, we use what we call a call key. Let's go here. You can see here, we use a call key. You call the macro name. You can even call all the parameters that you've used on the handle, and then you can be done with it. So come here. Now remember, right now we don't need all this code for Prism. So remove this and replace with call key. Our drawer macro name is drawer handle. You write keyword parameters and then write all. Check, it's correct. Come to our desk, and you can see where our handles are. They're in the middle. So all we need is to position them in the right place. Let's start with the X side. Add X. Remember we said anything with add, rotate, mirror, those are called transformations. You always need to delete them. Our drawer is on the right side. So go to A, divide by 2. Remember to delete here. Let's see where it is. You see, it has gone to the right side. But our handles, we are working with the mid of our handles. Even you can see the placement. It has come to the mid of the drawer. So you need to return it back to the right place. And returning it back to the right place, we have to minus the size of our drawer. We need it in the mid of our drawer. So copy drawer, divide by 2, and then we have to add half the size of the handle's length. Handle length divided by 2. Oh, sorry, we need to close the bracket, and you can see where it is positioned. Now we need to bring these handles to the front. Again, add y minus b divided by 2, and you can check first on 3D. It is minus b. Remember, we had an offset first, so plus our leg offset. We do to delete 2 and see, but because they have gone inside, we do divide by 2. Yes, that's a perfect thing. Now let's come to this coding here. This time round we'll do modesty plus, we want to raise it from the bottom point after the modesty offset. So take this height, can even divide by 2 first. We see where we are getting. There is a problem here. I need to check on it. Yeah, I've found what was the problem. Instead of having the delete 2 for these 2 transformations, we only did 1 delete. So we'll change this to 2, and then we can have the handles in the right places. So here we are. This is the positioning of the handles at the moment. We need to make sure that they are placed almost like 3/4 from below. So how do we achieve that? And add Z modesty offset minus. We need to add the drawer base here, but now we do a percentage like half. Let's see what half will do. You can see not bad. Let's do 1.5, and I think that's ideal. That's a good positioning. Now I can tell those drawers are not well aligned from the side, and it's because we forgot to remove these 2 things. We didn't remove the leg offset and we didn't remove the side leg. So that's under the positioning of X, you see. Yeah, we did draw width, handle width, but we forgot to remove, because they are also part of the length, leg width plus the leg offset. The leg offset, let's check it out. No, we need to remove, not add. Perfect. And you can see our drawers have come through. Yeah, there we are. That's the final thing that we have. Even if you did a small render here, you can see our drawers. Now, the beauty of macros is it's easy to interchange these handles. Let's create another handle. Let's design from here. Let's do the same, but the thickness here, let's do it like 20. So we'll be forced to do another offset here, another parameter offset. So come here, let's copy this, let's save as, go to the macros and give it this as handle number 1. So all that needs to be changed is add another parameter here. We can say offset X, and this time is 20. When we come to our code, we are looking at the ones that we change is point 1, 2, 3, 4. Point number 4, and I think point number 4 is changing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have handle minus, this will be now minus the offset, and then this remains. Even point number 5 is the same. We change to offset. Point number 6 still the same. Let's keep on checking. Point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 and 7 need to change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We change the handle thickness to offset, and also this one. Good. You see, it's very easy. Save that one. Go back to your desk. Now we need to introduce another parameter here, and that is handle type. You choose the handle type, and in order for us to make choices from this side, you need to come to parameters and write values. Take note of this handle type. Sorry, here. Put it inside, and then now you can define all the handle types that you have. We had handle drawer underscore handle, and the other one was handle 1. Go back to parameters, make this type to the text. There must be a small problem here. Handle type. Yeah, sorry, there's 2 strokes here. Come back here, go to parameters, and you can see you can now be able to choose between drawer handle and drawer handle 1. So right here, handle type. Now come to 3D. All you need to do is this part where we are writing drawer handle, just write that parameter, this one, handle type, and you're good to go. That's it. So if you come here and choose draw handle 1, check your 3D, see the difference? Let me do it again. Draw handle, you see, it becomes easy. So macros are used when you have complicated items. You can make the handles as complicated as you wish. There's no limit to the kind of things you can create. And now it is easy for us to choose between many handles that you may be having under macros. Thank you, my people, for listening to me and taking your time to watch my video. Many more are coming under this. The next thing that we need to do is to show you how to align textures, because you can see like the top view, the textures are horizontal, the table side textures are vertical, and even the drawer needs to be horizontal. So I'll show you how to do this. Thank you, keep subscribing, and let's work together. Thank you.